Hey everybody, it's Josie. Welcome back to Cedar Creek Homestead. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. You can tell it's sunny out here. It's been a beautiful day. The air conditioning's on in the house, and I'm struggling to find a place to sit. A back porch, you can hear the air conditioner running inside the house. This time of the evening, everybody trying to get baths and supper, and Howie's running and playing and having a good time, and just chaos, chaos, chaos. I love it, but it is chaos. So I found a place here on the porch, and I'm hoping the sun's not doing horrible things, too blinding or whatever for you guys. But I thought we'd spend a little bit of time. Again, I apologize. It's been a little while since we've spent some time just talking. And, you know, I've had sickness go through here. I've had allergies. Blade's had allergies. The babies have been ill. And I just needed a little bit of time to recuperate from all of that. And so we're back. And you know, when the weather begins to turn nice, it seems like people kind of thaw out a little bit. And perhaps some of you are still having some yucky weather. But hopefully everything is turning for you. I'm looking forward to this garden season and getting all of the things planted out and growing and being able to can and to process, and our calves are being born. We've got I think about 14 that's been born so far, and out of the 14 we have 3 steers. The rest are little heifers. They're so stinking cute, and you know, there's a few of them that I got my eye on that I want to keep. It's, you know, our business is to let them go. But we really look over the heifers that during the growing season, watch how they grow out, and make a decision on who's staying, who's not. This will be the first full year of having a Beefmaster bull crossed with these cows, and so far we've been very fortunate with the health of the babies as they've been born. Their size has been small, which makes it good for first-time heifers having babies. But they kick in and really go to putting on weight pretty well. I do have one of the little steers is beautiful, and it just brings me joy to watch them run and play. It makes me think of watching little kids out on the playground running and playing at recess time. These little calves will buck and jump and have so much fun, and if they see a turtle out in the pasture or anything else, really, they're really curious, kind of nosy. And so spring is clicking right along here at Cedar Creek, and I'm sure it is where you're at as well. And I was thinking about life and thinking about my grandbabies and all of the steps, milestones that they're meeting. And I thought about how long some of our days are. You know, sometimes as parents and grandparents, we feel like we just want to pull our hair out. It's not just with kids. We can be that way on our jobs and our careers, whatever it is that we do. It seems like the days are so long. A train is coming, guys. If you hear a noise in the background, that's what it is. So, you know, we spend our days sometimes wishing the day away, because the days truly are long. And we, you know, sometimes we fly through our day and we're so excited when, if we punch the time clock for quitting time to get here so we can get off work and we can go about whatever is left of the day for us to enjoy with our friends and our family members, you know, activities that we do. And, you know, and some people are so busy with life after they get off work that it just overwhelms us sometimes. And I know we've talked about not getting overwhelmed with all of the things, and that we need to take a break and you know, enjoy life a little bit. And that's a little bit about what we're talking about today. But what I'm really talking about is making sure that even though the days are long, the years fly by. I see people, the kids a lot, because they live here with me, and the babies, and you know, people, young people especially, young parents, Sometimes parents with teenagers are always in a hurry for their kids to grow up. Oh, I'll be glad when they're this. I'll be glad when they're potty trained. I'll be glad when they're in kindergarten. I'll be glad. I'll be glad. I'll be glad. And while all of us have probably done that, I can look at my son who is 24 years old, and I see that little boy coming across the soccer field or coming out of the school, running to the car because he's excited to tell me about his day. His little pictures that he would draw, his artwork, his little macaroni necklaces, all the things that he did in his childhood and growing up and being excited for his daddy and me to be at his ball games. And, he would look up to make sure that we were still there, standing over on first. He played first base in baseball. And he wanted to know that mom and dad saw that he made a catch or whatever it was. And I will say, and a lot of you that are grandparents and parents of older kids will say, it definitely flew by. The years flew by. We spend a whole lot of every day, if we're not careful, wishing but the day would end. Boy, I'll be glad when this day is over with. Because we have so many projects and so many things that we're involved in. With family, with work, with all of the pressures that are going on in this world today. And we all know that every time we turn on the news, every time we read stories, news stories on the internet, whatever the case may be, however we're getting our news or we're getting information about things that are going on in this country and overseas, can be overwhelming, and we just kind of just shake our heads sometimes and say, man, I'll be glad when this is over. And the days are long, but we must endure, and we must take care of the business that's at hand. Do the thing now, right where we're at, and quit trying to leap into tomorrows. We wish our days away. And I can look at people that are enjoying their time with family at restaurants or, at the park or wherever they happen to be. And I think back on how things were with me just a short time ago, seems like, and how fun it was to be with Howie and to be with Blade and to be doing family things and how quickly it truly changes. And unfortunately, we can't go back to those days. We can remember them, and we've got pictures and we have videos and we have all those things. But to really go back to those days, we can't do that. So I'm challenging you to embrace where you're at. It may not be the best place. It may not be the funnest place. You may be working 2 jobs. You may be working in a job that you cannot hardly wait to retire out of. But find a way. There's a saying, bloom where you're planted. So find a way to bloom where you're planted and to quit wishing the days away. The days that we can't get back. They're hectic. We all know that. We're running to and fro trying to figure out how we're going to make ends meet. It looks scary in a lot of ways when we think about the economy and we think about inflation, and we hear about all these regulations that are coming out of Washington and the things that they're going to do, the things that they're going to try, the things that they think that we're not paying attention to. And they can be overwhelming to us. And when we get in a period of time that we wish it away, there's another old saying that don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Not everything in the day, not everything in the time period that you're in, the season that you're in, not everything is bad. Don't make sure that you don't throw it all out. And remember that what seems like we have all the time in the world, and that it's just stretching beyond what we can take in, it flies by. My granny always said, the older you get, the faster it goes. And I believe that. Faster, it seems like time is just speeding up. We want things instantly. Howie always called us the popcorn generation. We stand in front of the microwave with popping a bag of microwave popcorn, and still that's not fast enough for us because we forgot what it was like to pop it on the stove. How much longer it took. It was better though. There's no doubt that life is moving at a very fast pace for all of us on a day-to-day basis. And most of us want to keep it at that pace. Maybe not the stuff that we don't like to entertain, the things that we're not really interested in. We want to move on to the next big thing, so we want to get all these things out of the way. We're quick in this world with change, with everything, with fashion, with styles and all the different things. Hurry, 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 hurry. And when we struggle in a certain period of time, for instance, with raising children, you get into a time like Cheyenne's got 2 in diapers and 2 with bottles, and it can be a frustrating time for her and for others as well, where they just want it to hurry up and get past the diapers and get past the bottles and move into another stage. And I try to remind her there's more coming down the pike. It doesn't just stop with diaper changing and bottles. There's more coming. And so I've encouraged her to enjoy the time she's in. Enjoy getting to play with the babies and letting them play with things that might make a little bit of a mess, but it's easy to clean up. And you might say, well, I don't have any babies. I don't have any grandchildren. So how is what you're telling me, how does that apply to me? Well, the things that are going on in our lives and is making us fretful and making us concerned and making us wish the day away, whether it's worldly or whether it's politics of the day or the powers that be, whatever it is that's causing that, we need to step back and say, instead of wishing the day away, I'm going to take this time to prepare for future. I'm going to take this time to gather my wits about me and to do the things that I know to do. Well, what are some things that we know that we can do when the day seems long? Drink you an extra cup of coffee or iced tea or whatever it is that you drink. Take a breath and then find something to do. Something that advances you a little bit further, encourages your heart. I don't know about you, but when I finish a project, I feel encouraged. So I encourage you today to make a list of those projects if you have to. And sometimes Cheyenne and I have to write down all the things that we need to accomplish. And sometimes it takes us the entire week to accomplish all of those things. And at the beginning of the week, you feel supercharged. On Monday, you get up and you're like, man, here we go. And you get yourself discouraged. But we need to just shake all of that off and take these days that seem long. Find some joy in those. Encourage ourselves. Find some projects that need to be completed. It's the perfect opportunity to look well to the ways of our household by doing projects, hitting our marks, making some progress in those things, and trying to remember that these days won't last. These days that seem long, these days that seem like we can't get anything done because this one has a snotty nose, or this boss needs this project done, and I can't do anything else that I want to do because I got this project. And the day just trudges on and on and on. Remember that the days may seem long, but the years fly by. And you can blink, and in an instant, your kids are grown, moved off, or perhaps you lose a spouse like what I have done. Maybe it's time for retirement, and now you don't know what you're going to do with yourself. When you look back and you realize how fast the years really go by. It's an odd thing to find ourselves into thinking that the days are long, only to realize that they weren't really all that long, that the time flies. And now here I am with a son and a daughter-in-law 2 little grandbabies, and I still see my baby boy when I look at him. And he doesn't like me to say that a lot, but I do. I see my baby boy. And you guys probably do the same thing when you look at yours. So I challenge you today, when it seems like you're at your wit's end and it seems like evening time is never going to get here, the time where you can say, I'm off duty. And who of us really ever are really able to go off duty? But to say, finish for the day, I can put on my PJs, I can sit back and I can relax and drink a cup of coffee or tea or whatever and ponder the day away. Bloom where you're planted and enjoy the slow ride just a little bit, and know in the back of your mind that these days will be gone and you've missed your opportunity. The years fly by. People have been telling us for years to prepare and to store up, and that things look like they could get a little bit scary or a little bit challenging. And they've said prepare, stock, build your pantry, do this, do that. And people haven't paid any attention to that. And now the years have flown by. So let's take a little bit of time in these long days that we have, that we seem to be cumbered down, is shake that feeling off and say, nope, I'm taking the opportunity while I have the chance. I'm taking it. And I'm going to prepare for my family. Most importantly, prepare our personal self. Make sure that we know Jesus as our Lord and Savior. And then be about the business at hand. And remembering that the days seem long, but the years really are short. Okay, guys, this is Josie. Been missing you, and I'm glad I'm back. I love you guys, I really do. Keep looking well to the ways of your household. And until next time, we're gone.